Okay, thank you so much for that, Courtney and Sonia. Today, very exciting. We are launching a new monthly segment on CP24 Breakfast that digs into the issues many parents are facing, starting with holiday burnout and managing expectations. Joining us this morning is mom of two and psychotherapist Kelly Bos to give expert advice on how to focus on what matters this season with our family and kids. Welcome to you this morning, Kelly. Thank you so much for joining us on CP24 Breakfast. This couldn't come at a better time.
Yeah, this topic is going to resonate with a lot of parents, especially.
sure.
Hopefully they're watching right now before they're getting the kids ready for school. But Kelly, you specialize in family relationships. And what better way to talk about that than the strain many parents are facing this holiday season, especially when it comes to gifts, holiday burnout, all that stuff. So what can people do to kind of just take away, have a moment to breathe, focus on what really matters, and also do it kind of like without thinking about, oh my gosh, can I afford this? Am I getting my kids enough? Because there is that factor of affordability this season.
Right? And it's tough because you've got the gifts, you've got hosting, you've got traveling, you've got decor, like all these things can play, and it puts a lot of strain on families. It's already really expensive, right? Just to exist right now. So the holidays brings that extra pressure, and I think you have to be really careful not to do the comparison thing. It's hard, but you see what other people are doing, you think, oh gosh, should I be doing that? With everything, even with the schedule. So just managing that, but I think if you go in with a budget, try and stick to it and really stick to, you know, the meaningful, not the gimmicks, or the, you know, again, what everyone else is doing. I think, you know, kind of managing expectations for yourself and even the kids sometimes, you know, we won't be able to afford that this year, but let's pick some things that you want that are within the budget, you know?
We talk a lot about experiences as ideas for gifts instead of like the stuff, because we all know, again, the cost of living and the cost of everything is just increasing. But I want to dive a little bit deeper on that factor where we know the gifts can be very overwhelming on the receiving end. So like, you know, for me personally, people are like, what am I getting G for Christmas and Hanukkah this year? We have two holidays that we celebrate. And I'm really trying to kind of shy away from like the stuff. But I don't want to dismiss people on wanting to gift as well. But also, how do we assist our kids in just being grateful for the fact that some people can't afford as much as they used to? So maybe you're going to get one gift this year. How do we navigate that?
Well, there's a couple things. Sometimes people don't want to listen to you. You've been very clear on trying to manage it, or, you know, managing expectations, and maybe someone still wants to go. Sometimes you just have to let it go and do the best you can, right? And also, you know, the experience I think is a great idea, because at that time, that's, you know, having that meaningful time together, prioritizing time together more than stuff. And it's always really great to give than receive, right? We always feel better. So teaching our kids about that, like, is there some things that we can do that are meaningful in the giving department as well as we go through? So, yeah, there's a few things you mentioned there. I don't know if I hit them all, but you know.
It's always bizarre to me how Christmas at my household starts to look like, wait a sec, this looks like a birthday on steroids for each of the kids. Like, why do we feel the need to fill the stockings, get each gift like 10 gifts so that they feel that excitement of Santa? It's like, it's extreme. It's excessive. Okay, let's also focus on, you know, this time of year being so busy for so many people and the stress that comes with scheduling. I got to meet with all these friends, family. We're doing Christmas. Maybe, you know, your family is a modern family and you've got Christmases with two different families.
6 different houses or something.
Driving around. And how do you kind of balance that with still being like, hey, this is supposed to be my vacation, my holiday. I want to take some time for me too without feeling guilty.
Like boundaries.
Boundaries and also just like, I want to chill as well.
I think that's really important, and to establish those and think of those down times and creating those quiet times. Like, it doesn't always have to be about going out and doing things. The other thing that we do in my family is like, what's your Christmas bucket list? Like, we're not going to go to the parade and the, you know, Christmas market and this and this and this. There's so many things you could attend. Again, some parents will come to me, they feel like bad parents for not doing all the things. Like, they feel guilty. Well, either they think they had this perfect childhood, they have to, you know, National Lampoons, right? He's always trying to recreate it. Or they are making up for something, you know, and sometimes they bring in all this guilt. I'm like, absolutely not. You know what? They're going to remember, oddly, the frosty popsicle or something small that you didn't even think was a big thing. Like, you can't insist and make their core memories be what you thought they'd be. They're just
right, and they're going to remember how their parent acted or made them feel.
I don't think that way, right?
Yeah.
I think we just put so much pressure on ourselves to do the things that we see out there, but really at the end of the day, like what's 6 and 7-year-old, like really what are they going to actually remember? The core memories of how their parents were actually sane and not as much under stress.
Lovely, right?
Instead of just the actual chaos of it all, right?
Not Jamie Lee Curtis in the Seven Fishes episode of The Bear.
That's right.
No one
exactly.
wants an SUV driving through Christmas dinner. Great
Even if
episode.
that's how it feels sometimes, right? Yeah,
not letting it show.
For sure, yeah. Definitely, reasons to be feeling the gratitude this Christmas season. Kelly Bos, thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you so much for having us.
Welcome
So much
to the
fun.
show.
Yeah.
We can't wait to have you back, next week for another segment.
Looking forward to
Fridays
it.
are looking so much better.
Yep. Happy holidays as well.
Thank you.